Well, it says I'm alive. There's some questions about that lately. Anyhow, either I've got gremlins crawling around my computer, or I've got mental farts going on in my head, and that's either one of them is really good for doing live videos. I'll tell you that. Let's put this over here a little bit. But so I have no idea what's going on. I don't even know if this is going out. But hopefully it is. Hopefully somebody will come around and say hello. Uh, it says you can chat with me here. I don't know whether that's true or not. You have to try it and see what happens. Uh, that I can respond to you. I'm gonna go put this live chat. That's better. See if that helps any. Anyhow, uh, I got nothing really to talk about today. That this is football season's basically over. I think all the games, everything's settled. I think there's one or two games this weekend that might, be of some rapport. Uh, keep watching the Kansas City games because that could be Kelsey's last game as a Chief. And then he'll go. He and his brother will just be a podcast, or they'll come out and be competing. I think a cool show is if you took the two brothers, put them on a show, a pregame show, and they debate the game. If you can keep them from pounding the crap out of each other, that ought to be pretty good. You put them on and they debate the game for 15 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is, segments before the game. And then you come back and they can discuss it after the game in a post-game show too if you want. But I think they're better off doing the post-game show on their podcast, you know? So that's just an idea there. You guys think about that, see what you want to do. That sounds like a good idea though, because I like Kelsey. He's a good player. He's got a lot of hustle in him, and he brings a lot to the team in terms of attitude. But it's I don't think he's capable of doing another full season of getting his ass kicked. But we'll see. That's up to him, not me. And that's up to me and the Chiefs. If he goes to, I hope he's doesn't go to another team though. I don't think he wants to play so bad he goes to another team. I don't think that's going to work out real well for him. But anyhow, takes care of that little part about it. Um, we were talking about a little bit about Trump and his whims. It's like executive orders. Every time he gets a bug up his ass, he writes an executive order. It's either him or it's Miller or Theo or somebody or Musk or somebody else who's feeding him the information. Information available says that Musk bought his way into Doge and then lied the shit out to everybody. It's just like Trump lies, he lies about everything, and he's really did a lot of damage. Rather than fixing anything, he did a lot of damage. I agree with a lot of people that there was a bloat. There was a bloat in some agencies in government, and there's a way of getting rid of it without just wholesale firing. Wholesale firing doesn't accomplish chaos, bad feelings, uh, all that other bullshit. So you have to. I don't think that's a great idea, but we'll see. You know. Um, what else is going on in the world besides football and politics, huh? A friend of mine came up with the friend. Yeah, he's a friend, but he's a follower too. I call them friends because that's what people are to me when they follow me. They're friends of mine. Um, he said, he posted something. I can't find where he posted it, but that's all right. I'm sure we'll get that straightened out. But he had ideas for a new photo for the uh, vi- videos that I put up, and a new title. I don't necessarily want to change the title. That was never really a consideration of mine. I will look at, what they suggest. People suggest. If you have suggestions, I'm more than happy to listen to them. But right now, I'm pretty much satisfied with the title because that's pretty much what I am. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I'm an old guy, rapidly approaching 80. Hopefully, we'll make it. I never say I'm 80 because you never know if you're going to make it. And even though it's only a few days away, it's still a question: will he make it or will he won't? Uh, Anyhow, this is just a short video, live video. I really got nothing to talk about. I've been having, like I said, I've got gremlins going on. I know what's going on here. Uh, I know I got some garbage in my computer. I have to figure out how to clean some stuff out of my computer because it's got extra operating systems and stuff. It's got another extra operating system and some other stuff floating around that I think have been dumped into my computer that I didn't want dumped. But we'll wait and see, what goes on. Because when I clean my computer, nothing happens. So I have to actually go file by file now, which is, 400,000 files. So you just sit there and you look at each other. You look at the screen, you go, fuck. Yeah. All right, Lucy, stop that. Hey, you. Hey, stop that. Yeah, she's got this dry skin thing. I got to give her another shampoo today. We'll see. Well, nobody showed up according to the people counter I got there. There's nobody watching this. It's a story of my life. I feel so alone. Actually, I don't think loneliness has ever bothered me. I don't know whether that's because I come from that generation where children should be seen and not heard, and if you ended up spending a lot of time in the bedrooms when the parties were going on and stuff like that. I was just brought out to be embarrassed. Oh, sing your little song, do your little dance. Yeah, right. Go away. You know, I wasn't an entertainer. My brothers were the entertainers. I was the quiet one that plotted destruction in the corner. How to blow things up and what I'll do to that person if I get the opportunity. I was one of those. A closet homicidal maniac, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? I got rid of that part of my temper. I don't react badly all the time. Let's say I've had unless I'm tired and I've had a series of bad things happen to me, then I get, the urge to go out and destroy. And I plan and I plot, and I'm pretty good at it. But I don't have access to any of the stuff I need to do it right. So, you know, I sold all my guns years ago. I sold. Oh God, I sold all my guns before I was 35. Got rid of them all because I got shot at twice. And the reaction wasn't good. I got shot at a couple times hunting. I've been shot at with BB guns. If I'm a pellet in my arm as I'm driving down the road. I've sort of grown out of that stuff. So anyhow, you guys all set for the New Year's? No? All right. Who cares? I don't know what's going to happen, how quiet it's going to be or not. I'm just going to be here with Lucy. New Year's has never been even when I was drinking and when I stopped going to parties before I stopped drinking. And I started working and ended up working a lot by myself on those nights, trying to make some money. And I didn't make that much more money. And then it came a point where you were home sometimes before midnight because the bar crowd just wasn't there anymore. That wasn't the people just weren't going crazy on New Year's Eve anymore. They were doing house parties because the cops were so tough on the drivers. And now, from what I read, statistically speaking, alcohol sales are down. Bourbon, Jack Daniels has stopped making bourbon, one of their bourbons for a while, for a year, because they've got too much in inventory. Yeah, I think part of that problem is that the premium brands are what sells, you know. Because I know that if I was drinking right now, I'd be drinking something like Pappy Boyington or something else that's, like $75 a shot. You go out and you have one and that's it for the night, you know what I mean? I'd be drinking something like that just to keep my consumption level down, and I think, and if you know, that's me. Uh, I would maybe have two shots of Maker's Mark, something like that. But I would stay away from I try to stay away from alcohol because I'm an asshole when I drink. Not that I'm much better when I don't. Some people will say it doesn't make any difference. You might as well drink and be happy because you're sure an asshole. That just makes me feel good all over. I get all tingly when people call me assholes and stuff like that. It just, dude, who cares? I'm at the age where I don't care what people think about me anymore. I really don't. I'm sitting here doing this crap, and you think do I want to be famous? Oh, it'd be fun, but then it would be work. And who wants to work at my age? I just want to sit around and bullshit. That's what I do. I sit around and bullshit, and it's just that's me. So anyhow, that's coming up to. I guess that's enough for today. I gotta go have lunch. It's 11:52 where I am. I don't know what it is where you are. Oh, and besides that, I'm getting a sinus drip in my throat, so that means I'm going to be sick. Since I've been 8 years old, I've been sick on every holiday, either Christmas or New Year's. It's like I might as well just, check myself in and be done with it. All right, listen up. Find the subscribe button. I don't know if it's like, I don't see anything on my screen, so it's probably not around. You have to go figure out how to do it. Subscribe to my other videos, to my channel, anyhow. You do that, go to YouTube, look up Jeffrey Bruff, look up a little bit of this, a little bit of that, something like that. You can Google those two things and they'll show up on YouTube, and you can hit, subscribe, like, don't like, you can comment. Well, you can comment here. Just because you have to do it live doesn't mean anything. I think you can do regular comments on these things too if you go over to the listings, videos I have. I've got close to, I think right now, I probably have over 1,000 videos up there, going back a long time. Uh, that's like when I say I wanted to change the logo. That logo's been there. Well, it's in since October 11th, 2024. I don't know whether I used it the whole time. I thought I used it before that, but you get it's funny, everything either with time and me, either it feels like it was yesterday, or it was 40 years ago, and it feels like that, and it was yesterday. It's kind of, time is sort of a wacky thing that affects us older people, and it's not memory, it's a chronological thing. I think sometimes we don't want it to be later than it is, and then it is. It's like saying, I've had weeks of the last couple of months that went like that, and then I've had weeks like what is this? When is this week going to be over? Christmas is coming. Let's get it going. I don't know. Yeah, it's just like it's chronologically speaking, time fucks with us. So. All right, so hit the subscribe button. If please try to find it, hit the subscribe button. You'll get my lovely face every day. Right now, don't know how much longer that's going to go on. If I can't find the right equipment and get the situation straightened out, I don't have any appointments next week, so I should be here every day. Of course, I won't be here New Year's Day, because whether I go out or not, I end up being up all night because of they might do the fireworks New Year's Eve because they didn't do them Christmas Eve, and I stood up to be with Lucy, and then they didn't do them. And then if they do them, I get to sleep around 2 or 3 in the morning. If they do, if you know, and I probably get that's what's going to happen because my wife is going to a local party this year, so she'll be coming home. She's going to want me to go, and I'm not going. I don't enjoy myself. I could sit here and read and enjoy myself. I go to a party now, and I just don't enjoy myself anymore. Because I don't know how to be an asshole with this generation. All right, everybody, take care. Have a great day. Enjoy the football games today, and I will see you mañana. No, I won't. Tomorrow's Sunday. I won't be here tomorrow. So I'll see you Monday. Have a good weekend.